Now to the latest in the saga of an infamous Aurora apartment complex. This update comes in the form of arrest warrants for one of the people connected to the property management company at the center of the controversy. Denver 7's Colette Bordelon is sticking with this story and learned why the case has stopped in its tracks.
This is a multi-year saga.
It's been a long road.
You guys have a bunch of families in this place.
For the people who lived with a long list of code violations in Aurora.
So we're trying to get this trash removed.
Concerns about these complexes
Entonces estamos en una incertidumbre de no saber qué va a pasar.
led to the city filing civil and criminal lawsuits.
We've had 3 apartment complexes here in the city of Aurora that have been, for lack of a better term, just ignored.
This is Aurora City Attorney Pete Schulte.
Where we are today is that we have shut down those 3 apartment complexes in Aurora.
He says CBZ Management, the company that owned the properties, is facing the civil lawsuit, which states there could have been more done to keep crime out of the complexes.
The second thing is, because of the ignored code violations, we have filed criminal cases against the individual who has told us under oath that he is responsible for the upkeep of these apartments, and that's Mr. Zev Baumgarten.
On Wednesday, there was a hearing in that criminal case, and the defendant was required to show up.
I'm not shocked, but because he did not appear in Denver's courts as well, Mr. Baumgarten did not appear. And yesterday, our judge here, the municipal court judge in Aurora, issued several warrants for Mr. Baumgarten's arrest.
How many warrants?
7, because there are 7 criminal cases pending, 7 different code violations that were cited. If they're going to make the claim that Mr. Baumgarten is not the right defendant in these cases, he still has to show up to make that argument.
Baumgarten still has an active arrest warrant in Denver, too. Do we have any idea where Mr. Baumgarten is?
My best guess is he's still in New York, where they have other properties that they own, and I think they're from there. The problem with, state sovereignty in different states is we can't serve our municipal court warrants either in Denver or Aurora outside of the state of Colorado.
Schulte says everything is now at a standstill, and if Baumgarten just doesn't show up again, the case will remain stalled since they're misdemeanor charges. He says it would be different if they were felonies.
Justice delayed is justice denied.
Because now the long road to justice might never come to an end. Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
Well, we reached out to the attorneys representing Baumgarten and have not heard back. Schulte says if Baumgarten turned himself in, he could get a PR bond, but Schulte doesn't expect that to happen.